Hello guys, welcome to my JSON for Beginners course. In this course I will teach you JSON step by step. But before working on JSON practically we need to know the JSON. What is JSON? Basically JSON is stand for JavaScript Object Notation, is a lightweight data enter charge format. JSON is a minimal readable format for structuring data. It is used primarily to transmit data between a server and web application. JSON is supported either natively or through libraries in most major programming languages. Data exchanging. When exchanging data between a browser and a server, the data can only be text. JSON is a text and we can convert any JavaScript object into JSON and send JSON to the server. We can also convert any JSON received from the server into JavaScript objects. This way we can work with the data as JavaScript objects with no complicated parsing and translations. Data types of values in Java in JSON: array, boolean, numbers, object, and strings. What is different between JSON versus XML? First we need to know both are basically JSON and XML can be used to receive data from a web server. Here is example. The XML working process is like this and JSON is a working process is this, but the JSON is a very simple and easiest way to get the data from server or send the data from to server. So in the JSON you have a very simple and easiest code. You can also read the each thing which is available inside the JSON format, but in the XML format you have a lot of codes, same codes, you can't understand that and you will face many difficulties to send and receive the data from server. So guys, thank you very much for watching. See you in the next lecture. In the next lecture I will teach you how you can use JSON to display the data on the console screen. So thank you very much for watching. See you in the next lecture guys. Hello guys, welcome back. In this video I'm gonna teach with you how you can write the JSON code and what is different between JSON and also JavaScript object and how you can check it. Okay, and you will open this website like JSONline.com to check the JSON validation or not. Okay, I have already opened this website. Okay, now this file output is here, JSON for beginner. This is a .html file and this is a script code. Inside the script code, first I write JSON format. Okay, I write person. First I use where person curly bracket and white terminator sign. Right, I need to use equal sign. Okay, then I use console.log and call person. Right, save and look at that. Inside the console screen have a curly bracket. It means we have successfully seen the curly bracket inside my console screen, right? But in the curly bracket I use this way. Okay, in the curly bracket I want to use keys and values. What is keys? Basically I use first name. This is a key of the person. This is a basically object. Okay, you can say that object. Inside this object have a first name key and I want to assign the value in the first name. I use colon and double quotation again, and I use web. Save. Look at that, on the console screen have a first name web, and also you can use person dot first name, as you can see, web, right? Now you can also use this method on here. I use person dot first name. Save, and look at that, web, right? And I want to check this is a JSON format or not, so I copy only script brackets. Inside the script brackets have a key and values. Copy that and go to jasonlint.com, paste it, and use valid. This is a valid JSON format, as you can see, guys. But I want to first I comment that, and I want to use JavaScript Object. I use same things. I use person1 actual sign script brackets. I need to use just a key. Okay, you can say that key without double quotation. I use first name colon and values. I use developer, right? Save and go to the first. I call this file, I'm this person1 on the console screen. Log person1, go to JSON dot. Okay, just a minute. As you can see, guys, first name developer, right? You can also use the same way, like call dot first name, save, developer. And you can also use this method on console screen. I use person1 dot first name, hit enter. As you can see, guys, developer. But this is a not JSON format. Let's check it now. Copy that and go to jasonlint.com, paste it, and use valid. Oops, error, please, sorry, parse error on line 1. This is a not JSON format. What is different between this code and also this code? Inside the JSON format I have assigned double quotation. Inside the double quotation I assign the key of the person and assign the value web. In the JavaScript format have a just a object name and the value have a developer. But the object, I mean, you can say that the object property, right? The object property have a without double quotation, and the JSON format have a key and a double quotation. This is a very simple and easiest way to understand the format of JSON and also JavaScript. The JavaScript format have a without double quotation, and the JSON format have a double quotation. Okay, this is a string type. I use I want to assign another key and value, so I need to use comma, and I use last name colon developer. I assign the gender male, comma, and I assign the age. This is the integer, okay, and assign the validation. Okay, I just assign the keys. I use true. This is the boolean type. Okay, I use comma. First I comment this one. Okay, and I call this one. Okay, person. Save and go to the JSON format file. As you can see guys, age 25, first name web, gender male, last name developer, validation true, and this is the object. I can access them on the console screen using object name person dot first name, hit enter. As you can see, person dot last name, person dot last name, hit enter. Person dot gender, hit enter. Person dot age, hit enter. Person dot validation, okay, hit enter. Okay, you can also use the same method inside your code editor. Okay, I use comma dot first name comma person dot last name comma person dot gender comma person dot age comma person dot validation. So let's check it now on the browser. As you can see, web developer male 25 and your true and false, it means boolean type values. So guys, this is very simple and short video all about JSON format. I hope you understood as well. Thank you very much for watching. See you in the next lecture guys. Hello guys, welcome back. In this video I'm gonna teach with you how you can use multiple objects inside a single variable. You can say that parent object. Inside the parent object, how you can assign multiple objects, or you can say that properties. So first thing, I use where and I use cars, right, equal sign split bracket. This is my parent object, right? Inside the parent object I use car colon and I use array. This is another way to assign the value inside the property or inside the object. I use double quotation and I use PMW comma no, I use color PMW comma RD, right? This is my parent object. Inside the parent object have another object with the name of car. Inside the car have keys and values in a array range BMW and RD. I want to display those value on the browser, so I use console.log and use cars. So that let's check it now in the browser. As you can see guys, in the 0 index have a BMW, in the 1 index have a RD. This is our main object with the name of car, okay. Inside the car have a 2 array numbers. This is the array wise you can assign the value inside the object. Now let me show you another example how you can use multiple values, or how you can create a multiple object inside the parent object. I call cars, right? Then I use this way, car split bracket, I use model. First I use colon split bracket, I use double quotation, I use model colon BMW. This is a single object, okay. This is our parent object, and inside the parent object have a single object. Inside the single object have a key and values, right? Then I use console.log and call cars. Save that, and right side, look at that, model BMW, right? But I want to use multiple object inside our parent class. So after this curly bracket, I use comma and I use car1 colon, I use model curly bracket model RD, right? This is our parent object. Inside the parent object have a two another objects, car and car1, and I want to display those objects on the browser. Let's check it now. This is a car and this is a car1 object. Okay, I click on car. Inside the car have a model, model value is a BMW. I click on the car one object. Inside the car one object have a model RD. Okay, I want to display the specific or particular object. So after the cars, I use dot sign, and then you are able to see two object has been appeared. I want to display the car object. Save that. As you can see, guys, and I want to display the car one. So look at that, model RD, right? Now I want to assign multiple values inside a single object. This is a basically single value, you can say that key and value, right? But I want to assign the multiple values. So how I can do that? I use another this way, but I use another technique. Okay, just a minute, I comment that. I use cars. First I use where cars kill sign curly brackets, and I use car colon curly bracket. I use model colon BMW. I want to assign another value inside a car object. So I use comma, I use color, and color is black, right? This is a object. Inside the object have a key model and value is a BMW, and another key is a color and value is a black, right? I use another object car1 model RD comma color white. If you want to assign another key and value, you can do that. In my case, I've used two keys and values and also objects. Okay guys, so I use console.log. I use cars. First I check it. Okay, look at that. In the console screen have a car object. Inside the car object have a two keys, color and model. Inside the color have a value black and model have a BMW. Now let's look at that another object like car1. Inside the car1 have a color white and model RD, right? So if you want to use specific or particular object inside the cars, so you need to write dot and car1 save. As you can see guys, car1 object is a model is RD, right? As you can see in the top of the console screen, model RD color white model RD, right? I want to display the car object save, and look at that, black and beam. I want to make another object, I can do that. I just write a comma and car3 model colon, and I use Ferrari comma color, right. First I remove that and I just call parent object this, right. As you can see, car1 object car, first car, car1, car3. I want to change that. I just use car2, right. Car1, car2 instead of car1 and 2. And also car object have a many other properties like color red, model Ferrari, color white, model ID. And now look at that, and the car object have a color black and model BMW. You can also assign another value, like for I use comma and I use what I need to do, I thinking what model color and registration number. I use registration number and I use colon, I use hash abct, so that. And let's look at that. As you can see guys, color black, model BMW, registration number, like this, right. So this is another way to use a JSON to assign a multiple object inside the parent object. I hope you are understood as well. Thank you very much for watching. See you in the next lecture guys. Hello guys, welcome back. In this video I'm gonna teach with you advanced usage of JSON. I have explained you step by step usage of JSON with different ways. I will use all of the things inside this JSON object. So first thing, I create a JSON object, right. Then I want to assign the key and values inside a person object. So I use name colon, this is my key and value is a web. Okay, this is my value. Okay, now I use comma and assign another key like last name comma colon, and a value is a developer comma. Then I want to assign the key. Inside the key I want to assign multiple values. So I use, for example, location colon square bracket. Inside the square bracket I will assign key and values, multiple keys and multiple values. I use country colon Pakistan, right, comma. Then I use a city, I use Karachi. After this square bracket I want to close this key, location key, so I use comma, right. Then I want to use another way to assign the multiple key and value inside a single key, like I use expertise, or you can say that skills colon, this is the array wise. I want to assign the values inside the key format like skills, multiple values. I use PHP programming, this is my first value and this is my second value, right. Inside a person object have a key name and values a web, key last name, values a web, I mean developer. And this is a location, this is a key. Inside this key you can say that property have a multiple keys and multiple values. The same thing here, skill is the key. Inside this skill, or you can say that key have a multiple values like PHP programming, blogging. I've used all of things inside a person object. After this script bracket, I use console.log and I use person object terminator. Save that. Let's look at that. Inside the console screen have all values has been appeared. Like last time, developer location, so the location have a city value and city key and value is a Karachi, country key and value is a Pakistan. Name developer, I mean web, and skills are in the 0 index have a PHP programming, in the 1 index have a blogging. I want to check this is the JSON format or not, so I copy that and I go to JSONLand.com and go to below and I click to validate. This is my validate JSON format. You must be check it inside JSONLand.com website, right? Now you can also call dot. First I go to the my page and I use dot, and as you can see my two properties are two keys available inside that person object, like name and skills. I call skills, say that in the skills have a number 1, I mean 0 have a PHP programming and number 1 have a blogging. I call name, so as you can see, right? You can also use on the console like log. I use person dot skills, right? As you can see in the 0 index have a PHP programming, the number 1 index have blogging, right? So this video is all about how you can use multiple keys and values inside the single JSON object. So thank you very much for watching. See you in the next lecture, guys. Hello guys, welcome back. In this video I'm gonna teach with you how you can display the data on the browser using JSON object. I will create a JSON object and I want to display the JSON object values on the browser. Let's do that. First I create an object of the JSON users. This is my JSON object with the name of users. Then inside this object I create a property. You can say that key or property. Inside this property I write column and array range. Inside the array range I use again script brackets. Inside this script bracket I use first name John, last name John Doe, right? This basically this is my property. You can say that key, right? Inside this key have a array range. Inside this array range have only one data, like John Doe, first name, last name, John Doe, right? But I want to assign another values or another properties, or you can say that keys. Okay, so I use comma script brackets and I call first name Thomas, last name Joy. I also use another values, assign another values like first name Jason, okay, last name Loy. I create another also first name Susie, last name Lol. Okay, so inside this user, basically this is a JSON object. Inside the JSON object have a key, you can say that array. Okay, normal array. This is the array starting and this is a closing array. Inside this array have a values like 1 2 3 4, right? So in case I want to display the data on the browser, first thing I use simple statement console.log, and I call users JSON object. In the right side have a JSON values inside the array. In the 0 index have first name John, last name Doe, first name, and in the number 1 index have a first name Thomas, last name Joe, and many other values available, right? But I will use another way. I create a variable and assign the variable name. I use data and assign the JSON object. The JSON object name is the users. As you can see, users. Inside the users have a property with the name of user. I use dot and property name. Then I call console.log and call data variable. Then you will able to see same thing available inside the console screen. That means we will able to use data variable to display the data in the browser, right? So in case I use for loop and make a variable like I and use n keyword and use data. This data, basically this is a data variable, and the data variable have a array wise, index wise values. So I want to extract those values with the help of for loop. So I make a variable I and also use data variable. So inside the console script bracket, basically for loop script bracket, I use console.log and I call data variable and array range. Inside the array range I use simple I variable, and each time I variable will run and you will able to see the data has been appeared inside the console screen, right? Each time, right? Now I want to display those data on the browser, so I go to above. After the h3 tag I make a div and assign the ID. I use ID display, right? Then I go to below, and after the variable, like this variable, I mean this variable, okay, this variable, I make a variable like values, okay, and assign the value null, and I use terminate assign. So I use simple remove that and also remove the parentheses. I call values plus sign and also equal sign. It means those data will assign inside the values variable each time, right? Then I call console.no. I call document.getElement by ID parentheses. Inside this parentheses I need to use display ID. Copy that and paste it. Then I use dot inner HTML and assign the values variable, this variable, like save, and let's check it now on the browser. I can't see, right? I can't see value. Don't worry, I will use another things. This is the data and this is the I variable. I want to use inside the data have a first name. I use dot first name, save. Where is the value? Just a minute, I check it. Values, data, first name, values, document get element by ID display. Everything is perfect. refresh that. Okay, I can't see value. Okay guys, here is a problem in our HTML. As you can see guys, John, Thomas, Jason, Susie, right? But I want to use BR tag, so I use concatenation sign plus double quotation space concatenation sign. I use again BR sub, and let's look at that. John, Thomas, Jason, Susie, right? But I want to assign or display also last name, so I use space, I call data I dot last name. Save that. John Doe, Thomas, Jason, Susie, right? Now the next thing is I want to display the numbers in the starting numbers. So in case I cut that, okay, I cut that because you can't understand that. I use simple, first I use parentheses and call numbers, and use parentheses. Inside this parentheses I call I variable. Outside of the I variable I use plus sign number 1. Each time the starting 0, this is the index number of the array. I want to increment one value in the index number, so the starting index number is 1. So each time the 1, 2, 3, 4 and many other values will appear with numbers on the browser, right? After the 1 I use plus sign and space dot space, then I paste the same code, right? Save that. But I use also addition, I mean plus sign means concatenation sign. As you can see guys, in the right side you have a number 1, this is a dot sign and this is a space, and after the dot sign have also a space and the first name and last name. Okay guys, so this is a very simple video all about how you can display the data on the browser with the help of for loops. So thank you very much for watching. See you in the next lecture guys. Hello guys, welcome back. In previous lecture we have discussed all about how we can display the data on the browser. In this video I'm going to teach you easiest way to display the data on the browser. There are many other ways to use to display the data on the browser, like for loop, for each loop and many other loops like do while loop, right? But I will teach you easiest way to display the data on the browser. First I comment that, right? Comment that. Save that. On the right side you can't see values without display data on the browser, right? So first I make a variable like where output, and I use document get element by ID, and the ID name is a display, as you can see, right? Right terminator sign. Then I call user. This is my JSON object. Inside the JSON object have a user property, or you can say key, right? I use parentheses. No, I use dot for each loop. Okay. Then I use parentheses function, parentheses curly brackets. Inside this function I pass the parameter. You can write any name as you like. In my case I use data, right? Inside this curly brackets I call simple. Output output dot inner HTML plus equal, then I call item data, okay, this parameter, and write dot sign and first name, right, and I use concatenation sign space concatenation sign data dot last name, and again use concatenation sign BR type. Save that. As you can see guys, John Doe, Thomas, Joe, Jason Lee, Suseville, right? This is the very easiest way to display the data on the browser. As you can see, just a few lines available on this code, then you have seen the data has been appeared on the browser. So there are another ways like for loop, okay, this is a for loop I have used, but you can also use another great way, but the easiest way is for each loop like this. So you can use that to display the data on the browser. So thank you very much for watching. See you in the next lecture guys. Hello guys, welcome back. In this video I'm gonna teach with you how you can collect the data from API, or you can share that with another website. After getting the all data on your JSON object, then you will able to use JSON object inside your project. Then you will able also to get the particular record like first name, last name, image, and many other things. So let's do that. I go to website like random, I maximize that, random user.me/API. this is basically data, right? I want to check that the JSON validate or not. Inside this page I can't read the all information, right, but I copy that and go to jasonlint.com and paste here. Then I go back, go down and select click to valid JSON. Then as you can see, the data are readable. Inside this page the data is not readable, right? After getting the data from random user.me/API, you need to use the jasonlint.com to see the all data readable. After using JSON-lint, then we are able to see each data like this is a key and this is an array, and go to below and it is a closing array, right? I want to use those values inside my project. How I can do that guys? First thing, copy the all information, go to your project and make a variable. Like I use I use single quotation terminators on. Inside this single quotation I paste the whole code and set that. I go back project and minimize that, resize that and go to my project. Then I call console.log and my variable name is a values. Save. Let's check it now. As you can see guys, the whole information available on the console screen, right? Now I want to get the particular record. As you can see, this is a result key, you can say that key or object. I want to target this object to get the particular record. So I call dot results, right? Results. Save. As you can see, I can't see the value which available inside the result object, undefined, but I cut that and I make a variable, call variable users, and I use data, okay, and I call equal sign and I call json.parse and pass the variable inside the parentheses. use terminator sign. Then I call console.log and call data variable. Everything is perfect, as you can see, guys. But I want to target the result variable or result object, so I call dot results. Save that. As you can see, guys, I am able to see all information available inside the results object: cell, date of birth, okay, and email, gender, ID, and many other things. Right now I want to see the particular record like email or gender. So in case I use dot, I call gender, save. Okay, here is another mistake. First I use this way and I go to where is the gender? This is the gender, right? I cut that and make another variable like users and call data dot, I call gender, and I assign the array index. The array index number is 0. As you can see, guys, inside the 0 index have whole information. Then I call terminator sign and I check it, console.log, call users. First I check that. Okay, just a minute, I check it. Okay, there is a mistake, but data gender, just a minute. Okay, I am able to see undefined, no problem. Okay, I just need to use results and array index number is 0. There we go. As you can see, guys. Okay, I want to target the gender, so I call user.gender. So as you can see, guys, null, right? After using this process, then I am able to access the particular record. Alright, guys, now the next thing is first I target the users. Okay, inside the users have a bunch of data like email, gender, name. Inside the name have another properties like first name, last name. I want to target the first name and last name to display the data. So guys, I use users dot name dot first. So dingo. Okay, I want to display also last name, so I use concatenation sign plus double quotation to make a space, concatenation sign, and I call users dot name dot last. As you can see, guys, right? Now the next thing is I want to target the picture. First I call console log users. First I check it, where is a picture? Here's a picture. Inside the picture have a large, medium, and thumbnail sizes, right? I want to display the thumbnail size picture on the console screen, but we will get the URL on console screen. But I want to display the first name, last name, and also image on the browser. First we need to get the URL on console screen, then we will able to use those data on the browser. So I call users dot picture. Okay, picture, then I call dot thumbnail. So that there we go. As you can see, guys, first name and the data. But I want to display those data on the browser. So first I need to make a div, and assign the ID. I call output, right? And then I need to use where I call output document.getElement by ID and output ID, right? Then I need to use where HTML equal to, and I call this one, okay? Cut that and paste it. Remove that. Then I again call HTML plus equal and this one, okay? But we need to use, first I cut that, I need to use single quotation image tag src equal to, and then I need to use single quotation. Inside the single quotation we need to use double quotation, and I use plus plus. First I use plus plus and paste the code, and I need to close that and use terminator sign. But I need to change the plus after the, okay, and also I need to use single quotation in the starting time, okay, and cut the right concatenation sign, okay, single quotation, closing single quotation, and use img src double quotation and single quotation, okay, double quotation starting time and the last time single quotation. Then you need to write the concatenation sign, or you can say that plus, and the user picture thumbnail, right? Then I call output variable dot inner HTML and equal to HTML, this variable, right? Save that and let's check it now on the browser. As you can see guys, this is my first name and this is my last name. It means we are able to use the bunch of information on our project. We will able to target the particular record, particular image using JSON. You can convert the JSON with JavaScript object, then you will able to use the particular record on your project. So thank you very much for watching. See you in the next lecture. Hello guys, welcome back. In this video I'm gonna teach with you how you can collect the input text field data and convert into object. So guys, first thing you need to make a form. So I need to make a form. I create a form and I need to assign the ID. I call my form, this is my ID. Inside this form we need to make a input text field and we need to assign the type of text, right? And also I assign the name, value John, I also assign the value, right? And this is my first input text field, copy paste, and I second, and I change that last one. Save that and let's check it in the right side, John Doe, right? I need to also make a button and I need to change the type, value, submit, right? Save, and let's check it now on the right side. Okay, after creating this form you can make another input text field. You can do that. In my case I just use first and last name, right? Inside the script code we need to make a variable, write any name. I write my form and we need to collect the data from this form, this ID. So I need to use document.get element by ID parenthesis. Inside this parenthesis we need to pass the form ID like this. Then I need to call my form dot add event listener. Inside the parenthesis we need to write single quotation where you want to use event. I want to use event on submit button, right? Then I want to anyone user click on the submit button, then run this function. Call function parentheses. Inside this function I pass one parameter. You can write any name. In my case I use e. Then I call e dot prevent default function. Then I need to make a variable to get the data from function, right? So I need to make a variable like data, and I use equal sign and write any name as you like. In my case I use my data. This is my function name. I will create this function on later. Inside the parentheses we need to pass parameter, so I need to use my form parameter, form, right? This form, okay, this variable I pass this form on the variable on the function parameter. Then I call console.log data. First save that and let's check it now. Save. My data is not defined. Okay, let's create a function with the name of my data. So copy that. After the parentheses we need to call function my data, parentheses, pass first parameter. You can write any name. Then I call where element. This is my variable name, element. Then I call form dot query selector all. Inside the parentheses we need to target the input text field types. So I call input bracket type double quotation text. The first input text field type is a text. Second input text field is also text. So I target type text. The getting data from first and input text second input text field, the data will store inside the element variable, right? Then first I check, I call return elements. First say that, as you can see guys, we have received 0 input text field. Okay, as you can see guys, 0 and number 1 input text field value. The length of the input text field is a 2. Okay, now the next thing you need to do is you need to call element. No, I need to make an object. Okay, I call my obj bracket and split brackets. Then we need to collect the data from first and second input text field. So what I need to do guys, you know, I will use for loop. I call for parentheses split brackets. Inside the parentheses I call variable I, assign the value 0. I less than element. The element will get the first and second input text field value. If I will increase the input text field value, then the element variable will automatically get the third input text field value, right? Then I call dot length of the element then I call I++. Inside the split bracket I make a variable like name. Then I call element bracket, this is the array range. Inside the array range I pass the I variable. The I variable value is a 0. In the 0 index I have a first input text field name, right? Then I call dot name, call where value, this is my variable second variable name. You can write any name. Then second is a value, right? The first time I variable value is a 0 and also 0. In the 0 index have a first input text field name and also value, right? The each time value will store inside the variables like name and value variable. Then I call console.log, I call name and value variable. if everything is perfect, then you will able to see the data will store data will appear inside the console screen. As you can see here, first John lost door. It means we are successfully received the data from input text field. Right, now the next thing is you need to do is remove that and call my obj. This is your object you have declared on above, and use array. Inside the array you need to pass name and assign the value. Then you need to copy the object and paste it. The return you will get the objects. So let's check in now in the console screen. As you can see guys, we have received the input text field value into object. As you can see, first this is a key and this is a value, this is a key and this is a value. Right, for I want to increase the input text field value, I use admin@onlineITtuts.com and I change the name like email. First save that and let's check it now. As you can see guys, email, first or last name, right? So this is a working process to get the data from input text field to convert into object. So thank you very much for watching. See you in the next lecture guys. Hello guys, welcome back. In this video I'm gonna teach with you how you can store the data into session, right? So first thing, I need to use first I cut that, okay. First I need to use JSON dot string. First just a minute, JSON dot string file, right? And we need to use parentheses and pass the same data, but we need to use terminator after the second parenthesis, right? Then I call if the data is active, then come into the if body and call session store and assign the session name. Use brackets, single quotation. Inside the single quotation you need to write the session name. I write user and assign the data variable that will get the complete function value. Okay, now the next thing is, okay, this is the first way. If you want to use the session string file on here, you can do that. Okay, just use this way, okay, and remove the parentheses on here. Right, after creating a session, then I need to make a function. I need to use event. Which event? Onload. You can write any other method, you can do that. In my case I will use onload, right? So first I need to call window.onload. This is the event equal to function. If anyone user click on the browser refresh button, then run this function. Okay, inside this function I call if session storage, not which session. I need to assign the session name is a user, not a kilo null. Okay, if the session is not active, okay, it is not active, then call session. No, I need to make a variable data and call session storage and session name, right? We need to use terminator sign and call console.log the data, right? This is a usage of session, right? And the right side I have tried many times, as you can see, but don't worry, I refresh that and this is my previous data. I click to submit button. We have seen John Doe and email, but I update the data. For example, I write Smith Liu gmail.com. I hit enter, and the second object is a updated record. As you can see guys, email, Smith, and first and last name. I refresh the page, then you are able to see the first is Smith, last name is Liu, email is smithliu@gmail.com. right. I want to display those data on the page. So first thing, we need to make a div and assign the ID output. Then what I need to do on here, I just call first I make a variable message and assign the value like data dot name, right, and then okay, I need to use data dot first concatenation sign, double quotation, space, data dot last, right, concatenation sign and double quotation, space, concatenation sign, and I call data dot email. Okay, and then I call first I need to get that ID. Okay, this ID. Okay, document dot get element by ID, and I call output dot inner HTML equal to message, right. Save that and let's check it now on the browser. Undefined. Okay, we have seen undefined, but I want to display those data, right. So what I need to do guys, I just use JSON dot parse to convert the data into JSON parsing. Okay, as you can see guys, smithliu at gmail.com. I update another data, something like this, and I refresh. Remember that I refresh that, as you can see guys, right. So guys, I hope you are understood all about storage data into session. Thank you very much for watching. See you in the next lecture guys.